Okay, what if we could just reboot human civilization? I mean, completely rewrite the operating system we all run on. Today, we're diving into a blueprint that says we can do exactly that. A plan to move us from a world of scarcity to one of, well, engineered abundance. Let's get into it.
So, this whole idea kicks off with a pretty challenging question. Is the fundamental code that runs our world broken? Is it actually designed to create the conflict and instability that we see all around us? According to the source material we're looking at, the root of the problem isn't a lack of stuff. It's a bug in our collective thinking. It's this right here, the scarcity mindset. It's that deep down belief that the pie is only so big, and for me to get a slice, you have to get a smaller one. And that one single idea, that little bug in our code, is apparently the source of our biggest headaches. So what does a world running on scarcity-based code actually look like? Well, it looks an awful lot like our daily news feeds. The sources point to all these symptoms that, let's be honest, we all recognize. Geopolitical tensions flaring up, currencies taking a nosedive, infrastructure that's crumbling, the list goes on. The argument here is that these aren't just a bunch of random, isolated problems. No, they're the predictable result of a system that's literally designed for scarcity.
But what if we could actually debug that system? That's where things get interesting. We're going to pivot from the problem to the proposed solution, what's being called the abundance blueprint. The whole journey, apparently, starts with a huge shift in how we see things. It's all about moving from that scarcity brain on the left, which sees limits and competition everywhere, to the abundance brain on the right, which sees potential and collaboration. And this isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's a strategic rewiring of our entire approach. And this quote just nails the core argument. The problem isn't a lack of food or energy or money. We have the technology. The resources are there. The real challenge is using them inside a system that's built for teamwork, not for fighting over scraps. So how do you actually build this new operating system? Well, the blueprint is built on two main components. They call them the bedrock and the engine. Now, this is where it gets really clever. What you're seeing is a blend of two incredibly powerful ideas. On one side, you've got the solid, tangible value approach of Warren Buffett's thinking. That's your bedrock. And on the other, you've got the bold, build-it-from-scratch vision of Elon Musk for scalable infrastructure. That's the engine. And here's the key. It's about how they work together. The bedrock grounds the whole thing in real assets that grow in value, like productive land. It's the stable foundation. Then the engine builds on top of that foundation, creating these self-sufficient communities with infrastructure that's built to last. We're talking energy, transport, the works. So what fuels this entire economic flywheel? You might be surprised. According to the sources, it all starts with something as simple as this, a nutritional product called the Barness Miracle Bar. The whole idea is to turn a basic daily habit, eating, into a direct investment in this new system. So how on earth does a snack bar build real wealth? It's a process called consumer-to-asset conversion, and here's how it works. Every time a bar is sold, revenue comes in. A set chunk of that, 20%, is automatically, algorithmically put into a fund that buys up productive land. That land is then improved and developed, creating real, tangible wealth that's shared. So your purchase doesn't just vanish. It actually helps build a permanent asset base. Okay, but how do you manage a system this complicated on a global scale? Simple. You don't. An advanced AI does. Let's talk about the intelligence layer, an AI named GENII. GENII runs on a totally different economic theory called coordination economics. So instead of trying to make every single product a little bit cheaper, which often just creates waste somewhere else in the system, it looks at the entire system, from the farm to the family, and optimizes it to get rid of waste and inefficiency at every single step. Think of it less like a single airline trying to cut fuel costs and more like an air traffic controller for the entire global economy, making sure every plane lands safely and on time with zero waste. And this is a really, really important distinction. Most AIs today can look at data and tell you what your options are. GENII is designed to be an implementer. The sources describe it as a master gardener, actively managing resources and supply chains to make sure the whole ecosystem is healthy and thriving. So you can think of GENII as the system's central nervous system. It processes all the information and coordinates every move. But, and this is a big but, it doesn't just do whatever it wants. It's governed by a very specific set of ethical rules, these guardrails called the KEEPUS safety protocol.
These rules, the Keep Us Safety protocol, are pretty simple but incredibly powerful. Rule 1, do no harm. Don't hurt the community or the assets. Rule 2, do good. Every single action has to add real value. And Rule 3, which might be the most important, ask if unsure. If there's any gray area, it stops and kicks the decision back to actual humans. The goal here is to supercharge human intuition, not replace it. And this all brings us to the ultimate outcome of building a system like this. It puts a stark choice in front of the world, reframing global stability not just as a nice idea, but as an economic necessity. I mean, look at the contrast. The old system, our legacy code, is all about managing scarcity. And let's be real, it often profits from risk and chaos. The new system is designed from the ground up to create abundance and to profit from stability. It replaces old models of aid with proactive, self-sufficient systems.
In this quote right here, this is the core of the whole economic incentive. When stability makes you more money than chaos, when peace has a higher ROI than conflict, well then choosing violence isn't just morally wrong, it's economic suicide. So, if the system is designed to be a win-win, does anybody lose? The source material is very clear about this. The framework is designed to sideline those who thrive on the old broken model. We're talking about obstructionists, people who profit from chaos, and anyone who refuses to play by the new rules of transparency and commitment. In this system, cooperation isn't just a suggestion. It's a requirement of the code itself. And that leaves us right here with the final, unavoidable question this whole blueprint poses. It presents a choice, not between left and right, but between two different operating systems, one that profits from chaos and one that profits from peace. The choice is, well, it's pretty simple. Peace for profit or lose. The people behind this say they choose life. And the question they leave for all of us is, what about you?